Welcome back to another episode of My Career Mode. Today it is the season test of Mugello. I am not actually going to be doing the test as I usually do, because in the last round of Mugello, things were way too easy. We won the race without any real issue. So I am beginning to wonder if we continuously upgrade this bike, it could only make the career mode easier, which I do not want to do. So what we're going to do is change things up. So here are the two bikes we have been given for this particular test. Now I want to see if you guys can guess what I asked Honda to develop for these two motorcycles. Check spec A and check spec B, and then when you're ready, tell me what you think I tried to prioritize for these bikes. Well, if you're not sure, or if you think you've got your answer, you're wrong. I actually asked Honda to put everything into handling, and as you can see with both packages, neither of them actually developed the handling. So it doesn't really matter which bike we choose here, and unfortunately there's no way I cannot choose either. I have to upgrade the bike to a certain degree, which unfortunately I'm going to have a little bit of a stronger bike than I have been using, but I think that is the opposite goal. We're already leading the championship by a good 20 plus points. I don't want this to be easy. I want this to be really challenging. So what I am going to do nonetheless, do a couple of laps as I can with the double soft option tyres, best tyres available in the game, really give it your best shot, see what lap times I can produce, and then from a suggestion from a frequent commenter, 100k Blades suggested we no longer use the soft option tyres, because everybody uses soft tyres and they are guaranteed to be the best no matter what conditions you're in. Honestly, the soft tyres are always the best in MotoGP 24. So with a 100k Blade suggestion, I am going to take that and I am going to ban myself from using those tyres. So for this session, we are going to compare the difference to see how much slower it is, and then for the foreseeable future, we may be completely banning the soft option tyres. The only time I would say that we can use that is if we fall behind. If we start to fall behind in the championship and we start to struggle, then maybe I'll start using the soft option tyres. But for now, I don't want it to be too easy. I think it makes the videos boring if we're just too easy. I'd rather start from the back of the grid, or maybe take some sort of penalties during the race, rather than just absolutely dominate. So that is the first point of objective here today, to test the differences between the hardest compound of tyres compared to the softest. But the first couple of laps I just want to get into things, so bear with me couple of laps. I'm going to say 4 or 5 laps. Let me get into the rhythm and groove. I've been playing a bit of Moto 2 online with the Aces, as you may know. So this is me getting back to career mode, back to the Repsol Honda, back to the orange, blue, white and red and black. So let's see what we can do. So first lap already, not too bad. I do think we can get into the 44s. I think it's possible, but we're going to need a pretty good lap, and I would probably recommend using the soft option tyres there, because I don't know how different the harder compound are going to be. What I can guarantee is the harder compound is a little bit slower. It has a ever so slightly feel of just being different in a negative way. The soft option tyre, you can brake as hard as you want, you can really throw the bike into the corners, you can get onto the power aggressively, the Michelin rear has got you covered. But I find with the harder compounds in previous races I've done, it does feel a little bit loose, and I don't find it has any better tyre wear. I think the soft option tyre wear is almost identical, if not better, than the others. I actually find that the soft option doesn't even heat up as much as it does with the hard option tyres. I don't know what they were doing for this game when it came to the tyres, but they really messed it up, because you go online or into any online competition, they will all use soft tyres because they are just guaranteed the best combination to work for every situation. Rhyming accidentally. So yeah, try it if you want to try this challenge out for yourself. If you find MotoGP Career Mode too easy, I would recommend giving that a go. But if not, stick to what you're doing and just have fun. That's all that really matters when playing these games. So across the line, we do go top of the pile for the first time. The low 145. Not a bad performance, if I do say so myself. It's not perfect, but it's alright for a start. And we're ahead of Winter Test champion Maverick Vinales. there's ever a test, you know that Maverick Vinales will be high up. And if you're watching this, ready for the 2025 MotoGP season to begin, of course 2024 season hasn't ended yet, but maybe you're watching this video later, have a look at where Maverick Vinales finishes in the 2025 test on board the KTM. It's either going to be first or nowhere. There's no in-between for Maverick Vinales in the winter test, so good luck, Maverick. I might be talking utter nonsense there, but we'll see for the foreseeable future, won't we? Right then, so out of Arrabbiata 1, beautiful right-hander then. Ooh, just clipping the apex of Arrabbiata 2. That will lose me a little bit of time. Really got the rear tyre kicking out there into Scarpa rear. Don't really want to do that because you unsettle a bike having it bounce up and down. I'm not exactly top rank Razgatlioglu. Another corner here as well which can unsettle the bike upon the brakes. As we now lean into that right-hander of Correntaio. So far so good. We're not improving on the lap time, but it really feels good. And I definitely have that same consistency and feel like I did in the video not a week ago. Now that was a very strong performance. The sprint race, as a matter of fact, was actually really intense. And we were only just able to finish in the podium. But the full race, after a good battle with Marquez for quite a while, it did eventually just fizzle out to the point where I was just dominating the race. And yeah, I don't like dominating races for the career mode. I'd rather it be exciting and rather it be really close and battles and close fights and good action. I just think it's better for the viewers. And it's also better for me too. So I do hope we get that for the next couple of rounds. Of course, next round will be Sokol and then it will be Assen. I am toying with the idea of starting from the back of the grid from both of them, but for now, I'll stick to the 100k blade suggestion. We'll use the hard option tyres, but we also got to work out how much difference it's going to be after probably this lap. You know, yeah, let's call it after this lap. It's going to be our 4th lap, so I think that's enough time to get into things and get the feel for the Honda again. And considering up once more, which could put us to the next increment of second, I think we're doing a damn decent job right now. A bit wide. Back onto the curb again, sliding the rear. And into Scarpa rear. You've got to be careful of a quick wheelie there into Pelagio. It does happen. And it has happened quite a lot to me in the past as well. Ooh! Whoa! Whoa! Wow! Just as I mentioned earlier, Correntaio can be treacherous. Well, that's completely ruined the lap time, so I don't think we need to finish this one. So for the first time in quite a while, especially when it comes to videos concerned, it's been a long time since I've done a video with any other combination of tyre in MotoGP class that isn't the double soft combination. You know, the last time I could tell you it was different would have been in Brno with Brad Binder. In that track, you didn't have the option of choosing a soft Michelin tyre. So here we go then. This is going to be our first experience in career mode with the hardest tyres available. Hardest front and the hardest medium. The hardest tyre I've got in the rear is the medium, unfortunately. So here we go. Right then, on the brakes. How does the hard front hold up? Oh, I tell you what, it does feel different. It does feel like I cannot brake as hard. I felt the vibration was more intense with the hard front than it was compared to the soft a moment ago. And I'm also getting a bit of rear tyre spin. I was running a little bit wide there before we went to Materassi there. I felt that the bike was moving ever so slightly upon the rear. Felt okay there, but I was just that extra little bit more cautious about it. A bit wide there into Casanova. We do salvage it into the left-hander of Savelli. We are actually up here compared to the 45.294 we set earlier on. As we do power on. Still sticking with Spec A, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I want it to be this a short comparison between the two as we just run it off the circuit. You know what? It doesn't feel bad. But that hard front was getting really warm there compared to what it did for the soft. Let's see what it looks like into Correntaio. No, it wasn't really as hard on the brake that time. But oh my god, yeah, it does. It really goes red. And the front end, I swear to god, that was going to fold. Well, this might be the key. To change things up, we do use the hardest option. But you know what? We're only 2.5 tenths of a second behind here. A bit wide there for Pacino. Let's hope that we get the nice drive as we accelerate out of the final corner and charge all the way down to the San Donato turn 1. Across the line. That is the slowest lap time of so far. But not by much. A 45.6. We're not quite in the lower echelons of the 45s yet. And I don't think these are the tyres to get me into the 44s. I'll certainly try. Let's see if I spin the rear up a little bit again. See, yeah, there. Coming out of that right-hander is the Luco corner. It does make me feel a little bit it doesn't feel very comfortable getting onto the power. Again, I'm sliding going into Borgo San Lorenzo. This is going to take a bit more of a delicate touch compared to the soft option rear, you know. But you know the tyre degradation, that seems worse already on the medium than it did with the soft. My eyes might be deceiving me. But a lap and a half and that already looks like there's clear degradation compared to the soft. Couldn't tell you why the soft option tyres are just so incredibly good in this game. Probably an oversight on Milestone's behalf. But the front of the hard, yeah, it's getting really warm again. Not a bad lap time incoming though, keep it together. Whoa, just downshifted the wrong time. My apologies. There's one thing I'm not that great at is getting the shifting right. One of my biggest weaknesses as a virtual racer. I felt like I was on the limits there. Taking liberties into Biandetti 2. What's a bit tight to the apex? Yeah, oh god. I don't know what possessed me to go so tight to the apex there. But I've crashed. And that's the first time in a while actually. When did I last crash? I don't recall. I do feel there's been a race this season where I crashed. Catalonia. Yeah, Catalonia. I had a disaster, didn't I? Whoa! Bunny up. Little bunny up with the bike there. But yeah, it was Catalonia where I crashed out in the sprint. Whoa, and here, what are you doing, Sunshine? He looked like he was in the corner and he was going to follow the apex, which was fine. And then he lifted up midway through it and then completely threw me off. So apologies to bumping and air bashing there, but that was his fault for not just continuing with his racing line. Don't know why he had to pick up mid-corner. But I guess I was the one following, so I should have been better. But hey, it is what it is at this stage of the official test. Well, you know what? This doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would. It definitely feels different. The difference is the word I'm going to be using here today. It feels unique, to say the least. These Michelin tyres, whether albeit the soft, the medium or the hard, they don't really have much of a difference in terms of, well, tyre degradation and lap time difference. Unless, when we go back to the softs, we absolutely annihilate it. I can't see that really happening. Nice and tight to the apex of current tyre, then you run it out to get that V-shaped line, power back on, and we have a chance of still staying within the couple of tenths of a second of our fastest lap time earlier. Oh, bouncing on that curb as well. Let's go a little bit wider this time. I didn't even listen to my own advice. Hard front is extremely warm at this stage. Wow, the medium rear just lost a big chunk then as we went onto the straight. Did you see that? It just lost a huge chunk on the fat part of the tyre. That's crazy. So you can go quite aggressive on the front, but it's just that the vibration is much more intense. And then the rear tyre, coming out of Luco, there it slided there. Now out of Poggio Secco. Keep an eye on that rear tyre, it slides again. I don't think I get that with the soft option tyre. It feels so dramatic. And that's what is going to be the concern with using these harder option tyres. Well, excuse me, when we go to Sokol, I will be using the hard option tyres guaranteed, because this could be the difference maker and what makes this championship more closer and competitive. And Sokol's not a good track for me. I'm not particularly strong at that one. There's not enough of those hard braking zones that I really like. The inline braking where everything's in line with each other. Straight line braking, of course. Out wide there in Scarpa here. Well, I think I've done my research here with the hard option tyres. I think the next plan of action is to head over to the second bike, but with the soft tyres on, and to see the difference. More or less, the bikes are more or less the same in this one too, as well, so I'm not too worried. This one has slightly higher engine power compared to Spec B, but we'll see what the difference is when we get there. And of course, stay tuned for information on which rider is going to go to which team for next season. It's going to come up at the end of the video, so keep an eye out for that. There'll be some discussion between riders and rumours about them moving to different teams. So then, back on the softs, and of course, as you can see, we've got the testing bike now. This is Spec B. Let's see what we can do with the second of the two bikes. Now, as we know, and I think we've discussed many times before, and I even asked you guys actually in the previous test video we did, regarding which bike you tend to choose, and it was more or less unanimous. Everyone chooses Spec B, and it frequently seems to be the better of the two packages. I don't know why that is, but it just seems to be that way. So as we charge across the line, we are going to be again. There's definitely a little bump there that just makes the bike bunny up. Well, I tell you what, the front tyre didn't even warm up at all then. It stayed at optimum temperature. No problem. Ooh, a bit of a wheelie. But does the rear tyre slide? Didn't feel like it on the controller. On the PS5's DualSense controller, it did not feel like I was slipping and sliding with the rear tyre. Did look it there, but it doesn't feel it. That's the strange thing. This is definitely a difference between the vibration and feelings within your fingertips. That would be the difference maker, I do believe. By a tenth and a half. If we get to 3/10, we get into the 44. Something I wasn't able to do in the race, the qualifying, everything in Mugello a couple of days ago, or last week I think it was when I uploaded. So, grand scheme of things, I think we can get into the 44s. I just need a really good lap time as we wide into the Ducati grandstand. In fact, speaking of Ducati, I had the option of choosing my next target for next season in the MotoGP 2025 season, what it would be for 2024, you get what I mean. And I did have the option for Ducati. But I will tell you now, I am not choosing Ducati because that would make the game far too easy. So I will be choosing something else. I'll be leaving a little hint here and there, but we'll be discussing what bike you think I'll be going to when we can either discuss in the comment section or in a poll very, very soon. But for now, we have improved the lap time. And we're still braking more confidently into turn 1. The soft option tyres are by far the best. It doesn't even heat up going into turn 1. And compared now to a lap and a half of the hard front and the medium rear, that is identical to the soft option tyres. It doesn't matter what tyres we use, we're going to be rapid no matter what. Oh my god, look at the time we found going into Borgo San Lorenzo. That's wide. Oh, I think I did just exceed. Oh, and I exceeded the track limits again. I touched the apex, and then touched the grass. But we're still finding time. This video has changed. Soft option tyres were banned, but they're back for this lap time. They will be banned after this one, though. No more softs. I don't think we can do it. We can't keep using the soft, because clearly I am finding more time here. Comfortable, calm, collected and determined to get into the 44s, and this could be the lap time to do it. If I get this, I'll be happy, and then we can move back over to the for the hard tyres for the future videos. And then if we still keep on winning, we'll start from the back of the grid. I might do that in Aston anyway, just because. I love that circuit, and there's always some great racing with the AI. So I hope that will come to fruition, but here we go then. This is the lap time to put me into the 44s then. Across the pit lane entrance, across the line, it is a 1:44.889 for the first time in our career mode. That's marvellous. With a capital M. Nice. Right then, so Bask in it, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy it, embrace it. This is the last time we'll be using soft option tyres until I say otherwise for future videos. Maybe for the other videos, sure, but not for the career mode videos. I just do not want this career mode to be too easy. And I am already at the maximum difficulty before anyone asks. I am on 120% AI. I cannot make them any harder. Maybe I can. Maybe there's someone who can make a mod for me to make it a little bit more difficult. In fact, I'll think about that. Actually, I'll see if that can be done. 0.3 of a second found on this lap. Yeah, we're going to go even faster here. This will be the lap time of all lap times. The LOAT lap of all time. Oh, I just touched the curb. Wow, yeah. Okay, there is a big difference between the soft and the hard then. I would say probably it's more confidence though, that I just feel really good with this set of combination tyres. The hard and medium, I felt it was slipping and sliding and it couldn't really brake as hard as I wanted to. So that is definitely the goal for the future videos. But here we go, half a second up. Oh, I think I might have exceeded track limits there. I mean, the game in winter testing or official testing, they don't really care. But I think I might have exceeded track limits there. I think I took liberties. But there we go then. For the last lap here today then. Across the pit lane entrance here in Mugello. It's going to be a 6.5 tenths of a second fast lap time. Across the line, it's a 44.249. Well, how about that then, guys? Our fastest lap time with Spec B, and of course with the soft option tyres. But compared to the hard and medium, there will be some differences. There's definitely going to be a discrepancy for our future videos when we swap between the hardest tyres, or go permanently to hardest tyres. But I'm excited for it. But let's see. I think we only did, what, 3-4 laps on Spec B? Yeah, okay, so, yeah, Spec B, lap 10 was absolutely dominant. So those are the bikes on screen. As you can see the difference and the discrepancy between both Spec B and Spec A. I would say the aerodynamic load and the controlled fuel delivery made the bike a little bit easier to ride. So that's probably why we're able to find significant more time with Spec B. But before we end this video here today, let's take a look at some of the rumours surrounding MotoGP. So a conversation of Pecco Bagnaia going to Aprilia, Brad Binder going to Gas Tech 3, Marco Bezzecchi to Aprilia, interesting, Maverick Vinales to the factory Ducati, Fabio Good returns back to VR46 team, and Jack Miller fancies the Aprilia as well. So that's 3 riders battling it out for the Aprilia spot. This could be interesting. So stay tuned for more career mode videos, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.